Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is all about candles. I'm your self-proclaimed Canadian candle connoisseur, and today I have a review for you from Bath & Body Works. This is Forever Red. And this is some of the most boring packaging that I've ever seen Bath & Body Works do for one of their single launch fragrance situations. Really uninteresting label. I mean, it's nice enough. I don't mind the font. I don't mind the red. But I mean, we're used to seeing things that are much more impressive from fragrances like this. Not even throwing a cute lid on there for us. This came out in body care a really long time ago. So long ago that I have no recollection of it at all. Kent has talked about this candle and this fragrance quite extensively on his channel. He knows a lot more about the history of Bath & Body Works than I do. And he really liked this candle. I thought it was all right. The scent notes are fiery pomegranate, red peony, rich vanilla rum, and oak wood. And those scent notes really got my expectations high for this candle. Even before I got into the store and I bought it, just reading those scent notes got me super excited. And so perhaps because of that, I was a little bit disappointed on my first sniff. It's a little bit of a generic, fruity floral Bath & Body Works body care. There is something a little bit woodsy and smooth in the base of this fragrance that I really like. And the top note, I do get something berry-ish, but I don't really pick up on pomegranate. It says fiery pomegranate, red peony, rich vanilla rum, oak wood. I can't say that I would pick out any of these scent notes if I was smelling this on blind, to be perfectly honest with you. Sort of a generic red berry and a light floral. And it's really nice. It's nothing groundbreaking by any means, but it's really lovely. I can imagine this being really popular in body care, and it does have a nice sort of balance to it. It's not particularly interesting. It's very mid-range, but it's perfectly lovely. It doesn't really come across as red as I kind of expected it to. You know, expectations can lead to resentment, and I had higher hopes for this candle than it delivered on. It performed all right for the most part. In fact, when I was when I first started burning this candle, I was really into it, and I picked up another one at semi-annual sale. But then sort of the more that I lived with it and had it going, the sort of less interesting it kind of came across to me. I just have to be honest, it's not a bad fragrance by any means, but it's certainly not that groundbreaking or interesting. And I mean, people were throwing parties when they heard that this fragrance was coming back, and it's kind of a little bit lost on me, to be honest with you. I feel like fragrances like this are kind of a dime a dozen from Bath & Body Works, and I'm not even completely convinced that this was seasonally appropriate. I think I'd probably prefer burning this one in early spring. But it's not bad, and I didn't dislike it. I didn't dislike it, but I just didn't love it, you know? And lately, I've actually been really into some of the, body care fragrances in candle form. You all know how much I love, Into the Night and In the Stars, and I was really kind of hoping that this would kind of get a place up there for me, but it just leaves a little bit to be desired in terms of complexity, in terms of balance, and in terms of strength and throw. It performed all right. I'd say that it probably maxed out at about a 6 for strength and throw, so I would have liked it to have been a lot stronger. That was in my more open area. I'd give it a 6. I never did put it in the bedroom, I don't think. I'm guessing it would be maybe a 6.5 in there, and that's acceptable. You know, a 6, a 6.5, that's acceptable for strength and throw these days, but I do wish it had been a little bit stronger. The candle burned really nicely up until the very bottom. In fact, you can kind of see where you can kind of see where the flames dudded out, and it kind of just sat at this point here. We got about a third left. It just kind of sat at that point forever, not doing anything, because it was itty bitty wicks and teeny tiny flames. I blew it out, put it away for a while, and then I brought it out for one last light, and I just let it go off for probably like 5 or 6 hours until it overcame that dudding. Once the entire candle had liquefied, it started to like burn down and project fragrance again pretty well, maybe getting up to only about a 5.5 at that point. But it did eventually correct itself, and I finished it off in one big long last burn, and no real complaints about performance. However, since I already have repurchased this, and honestly I might give that candle away as a gift, I can't say this is a repurchase for me, and I can't really honestly recommend it either, just because you know, it didn't blow me away. You know, if anything about this candle had been a little bit better, if the label was nicer, if it was a little bit stronger, if the fragrance was more robust, if like maybe 2 out of 3 of those things had happened, I would recommend this a little bit more heartily. But overall, just a little bit of lukewarm reception from me. But hey, you can't win them all. I'm glad I experienced it. It was a nice fragrance. I know this was a Bath & Body Works classic. I was interested to try it, and I'm glad I did. Anyways, that's all I have for you folks today. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If you could hit me up with a like, comment, subscribe to my channel, that would really mean the world to me. Email me your burning questions at allaboutcandles@gmail.com, and follow me on Instagram at allaboutcandles. We are getting to the end of my pre-recorded videos right now. I am in Palm Springs as this video is being released. I pre-recorded a whole bunch of videos to be scheduled to come out while I was away, so I hope you've been enjoying watching the channel, even though it is a little bit on autopilot. If I haven't responded to your comments, please forgive me. I will get around to them eventually. I really like to put my phone away when I am on vacation, especially with the boyfriend around. He's like, put your phone away. Why are you answering emails? Put your phone away. I will get around to everybody's lovely comments as soon as I can. I really appreciate you participating in my channel. Until next time, my dear, gorgeous, and beautiful candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, you guys. Bye now.